Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. So if you followed my whole story about this Volkswagen ID.4, its faulty battery modules, the repairs and everything, you know that since the first video where I showed the US documents, I was searching for European documents to prove my point and to prove the same findings that I had for the US. And finally I found them for the European market. And I confronted Volkswagen with their own documents on the 3rd of November, detailing everything. Yeah, and just a couple of weeks after that, they're actually sending information to all of the users of the system where I have the documents from, and the system is called erWin. This is a technical documentation system, so repair guides, manuals. Yeah, all of this stuff, you know, the nitty-gritty things, yeah. And they send the information to all of the customers saying, yeah, on the 18th of December 2025, you as a private customer have no access anymore to this system. So all of this was up and running for a decade, I think, even more. I was not an owner of Volkswagen back then. And now, what a coincidence, yeah, what a timing. They are blocking the access to all private customers. So I don't know if it's due to all of my story or due to other stories of other people, but Volkswagen definitely doesn't want the private customers to look into technical documentation and to argue with their dealerships. So this is a bit a sad story for all of the right to repair movement. So if you want to repair your Volkswagen now, it's really an issue. You need to go to the dealer or have a company to get all of these documents. So yeah, let's talk about what I found out and about the production faults in the battery cell modules. Interesting story, so let's go. Just a quick disclaimer up front. Why am I releasing all of this information? Why am I talking about these battery issues? Why am I showing my number plates, my vehicle identification number? Why am I jeopardizing the resale value of my own car? I just think that this topic is very important, and I'm just a disgruntled Volkswagen customer. I'm not paid by any other car company or any mysterious, malicious third party or anything like this. It's just, you know, I have this issue for the third time already. And when this happened for the third time, it just triggered me. I was just so pissed off, you know. Because every time, every repair, they tell you everything is all right, you know, whatever, you know, and then it happens again and again. It's crazy, yeah. And just so happens, I used to work as an internal auditor at Deutsche Telekom, which is a parent company of T-Mobile in the US, if you know it. And this whole story basically activated, yeah, my Sherlock Holmes mode again. So I became a private investigator, and I digged into it. I pierced parts of information together, yeah, because there is no one source where you can just read about this battery problematics, you know. There are some pieces of information in the open, there are some pieces of information in the US documents, there are lots of discussions going on in the owner forums, groups, Facebook, you know, everything, you know. And I just pierced it together, yeah, and I needed to validate it somehow. Because my car was delivered in Germany, yeah, it was built in Germany, and I drive it now in Switzerland, you know. So I needed some European source for this, yeah. And I found this system, erWin, that I just talked about, It's an official Volkswagen system for dealerships and for workshops and everything. And I used it to validate the information that I found elsewhere. And I'm just sharing the information that I found elsewhere, validated by erWin, because cannot really share the documents from erWin because, yeah, terms and conditions, you know, copyright, whatever. I was actually fighting them, asking them to release the information, but this was the answer. You know, we are not obligated to grant any publishing rights to private persons. So if you are press or some customer advocacy agency or whatever, so you have more bargaining power and you can directly release the documents, you know. So we will just talk about what I found, and be sure it's facts, yeah, and it's bulletproof, and I'm not inventing any things here. And if it's my own opinion, I will just tell it's my own opinion, you know. We have today the 15th of December 2025, and as of now, right now, you can still access this information in erWin, and in 3 days, on the 18th of December, you will not be able to access it anymore as a private customer. So if you need any technical information, repair manuals, diagrams, and whatever, go and do it. Yeah, it's €9 per hour for the German, for the European side, and it's 30 something bucks per hour, no, per day actually, in the US side. Yeah. I use both, and actually the German side gives you more detailed information. It's unfortunately also all in German, yeah, but it's more complete information than in the US side, and just, let's say, the user experience a bit better, yeah. I accessed this information like a month ago, you know, did my investigation. And just yesterday, I just wanted to look up some things. Yeah, I paid for this license again. And funny enough, I cannot search for my vehicle identification number anymore. Yeah, so what happened there? Yeah, very strange. But my car is not showing up anymore, you know. So somebody, in the meanwhile, tinkered with some settings. Yeah, so I cannot search for my VIN anymore directly, yeah. But funny enough, you can also have a drop-down list where you can just select, yeah, okay, 2021 ID.4, this and this engine and whatever, and you can have a look at all of the corresponding documents, yeah. So in September 22, they are releasing this service section that is called, check and replace battery modules. And the number of the service section is 93P7. And they're basically recalling cars into the workshops, yeah, into the dealerships. And it's not an official recall because it's not a safety issue, so it's called a service action, yeah. And according to my information, what you can see in the documents, it's 22,000 cars in North America. This is public information, you know. And it's 28,000 cars in Europe or Germany. So here I'm not really sure, you know. But it's 28,000 cars, 28,000 vehicle identification numbers with module numbers, everything, you know. It's an attachment to erWin document regarding this topic. And some people released it on some forums, you know. I'm not gonna release it, yeah, but it's 28,000 cars, yeah. Then they recall your car, they check it, you know, and everything is all right. Hopefully. The funny thing is, I looked into this document, so I have it, and I searched for my vehicle identification number. And funny enough, my car was not on this list, you know. But then I looked into my service history, and I saw that this recall was actually done for my car. So I was like, okay, but why and how? And so I started investigating into this, yeah. And just so happens, at the same day, at the dealership, they also did the software update, you know. So there were two entries in my service history, you know. And this software update, yeah, is basically applicable to all of the cars produced in the first years, you know, so all of the cars that were not able to do the software update to not to like over the air, you know, so this OTA updates were not working somehow, yeah, so they recalled the cars to the dealerships and they needed to do the updates and everything, yeah, so my car was updated to the software version 3.2. And funny enough, you know, so you would ask yourself, so what is this guy telling here? So like, come to the point, you know. So what is the software? So what does the software update have to do with the battery issue, you know? But funny enough, and I just found it in some comments in a forum, you know, and I validated it with erWin. Funny enough. This software update recall or service action is including the battery recall. Yeah. So every car that goes to the dealership for the software update for this 3. something version, yeah, is being checked for this same battery issues. Yeah. And this is where I was a bit like, okay, interesting, you know. So this is like the first smoking gun here. So why do they check all of the cars? Yeah. So there needs to be some reason for that, right? Question mark. And the error in question is P0BBD00. Battery, how is it called? Hybrid battery voltage variation exceeded, you know. So basically, the voltages are different, and the BMS cannot equalize the voltages anymore, you know. And in one of these documents, and I will not tell in which one directly, you know, so I will just tell about my finding, yeah, so I cannot release this document, unfortunately, but in one of these documents for the European market, it's written, okay, here are the part numbers, and this is the cutoff date for the production of the modules. And by the way, if you have this P0BBD problem and you have one of these modules, one of these part numbers, they need to be replaced. Funny, right? And nobody tells you what modules are actually installed in your car. And funny enough, the same document for the US, I already showed it in the other video, yeah, is referencing calendar week 46, 2024 as the production adjustment or production solution, basically, yeah. So that means that until the calendar week 46, 2024, your modules might be affected by this same self-discharge issue. Yeah. So if they check the car, does it mean that your car is okay? No, it doesn't mean that your car is okay, you know, because this thing happened with my car. It was checked at 71,000 kilometers. And then at 117,000 kilometers, the first module failed. At 137,000 kilometers, the second module failed. And at 152,000 kilometers, actually 3 modules needed to be replaced. And at 152,000, actually one of the modules that was replaced was the first module that was replaced. So the one that was replaced at 117,000 kilometers. Yeah. So of course, I'm not getting any information from VW regarding what actually happened to this module number 1 and why it was changed again. My suspicion is that they just installed a battery module from the very same batch, the very same production batch that is affected by these self-discharge issues as stated by the Volkswagen themselves. Yeah, so battery production issues, battery cell production issues triggering the increased battery self-discharge, you know. And this is exactly the thing that they check with these recalls, you know, with the 93P7. So there is this test program on their hardware that is called check battery cell equalization, and this is what they do. And I think, and there is very strong indication that this test, is actually insufficient to see what battery modules are actually gonna fail in the future, and what battery modules are affected by the production issues. So this test just gives you a positive, you know, so replace the module if the module already is failing or already failed. So it's a bit like Schrödinger modules. So you look into the module, oh, it's working. You look again, oh, it's working, you know. Oh, it's working. And then one day you come to your car, oh, it's not working anymore. So it's like Schrödinger's cat. It's alive until it's dead. And there are no triggers or no information upfront that this module will fail. And honestly, I don't know if any of the tests can actually show it. Right now, I'm doing the Avilo test of my battery. So here is the box, and I'm half the way through from 100% to 0. So we'll also release the video on this, but I think that only VW can tell, okay, these other production batches, these were affected, this was the real issue with the production, and these modules are in this and these cars, you know. But we as end customers, we are not getting any information like this. So I have no clue what modules, what serial numbers, what part numbers are installed in my car. But I suspect that this is the very same part numbers that are mentioned in the VW internal documents. And why do I think it's the same part numbers? Because I had a look at the secondary market on the internet. You know, they offer you like used battery modules on eBay and whatever. Yes, so most probably scrapped from damaged cars or something like this. You know, and strangely enough, almost, let's say almost, all of these modules have this very part numbers that I found out. So I cannot give you the full list, but let's put it this way, you know. So not all of them, you know. So you cannot just say all of the modules have the faulty or potentially faulty part numbers. No, but almost all of them, if you look at the first production years. So I'm asking myself, you know, how many cars are really affected? Is it just one car, just mine? No, it's at least 50,000 cars, so 28,000 plus 22,000. And it's actually more cars. Only Volkswagen can tell us how many cars are affected, but I think there will be more cars affected in the future. And honestly, I'm not sure how to know that your car is potentially affected. There's just no information on this. And that's why I still have my statement that VW should change the full batteries in or out of warranty, because basically the cars rolled down the production line with already faulty battery cells. It's just a hidden defect that is showing up later on, yeah, in the life of the car. But they are just doing this under warranty till 160,000 kilometers or 8 years. Yeah. So basically, just beware if you have a car like mine, used car that is approaching this limit. So, is there anything fishy going on with the MEB platform batteries? Yes, there is something fishy going on there with the batteries of the cars of the first production years. So, who can tell us what is going on there? Only Volkswagen, most probably, or the battery cell manufacturer, or the time will tell us. So let me know, guys, if I'm crazy or whatever, and let me know if you have the same battery issues. Let me know it in the comments. And yeah, drive safe and see you in the next videos. Cheerio and bye-bye.